Good evening, Miss America and all the ships at sea. I'm Pat Shannon from In the Mix, and on behalf of CEO Cruz, we'd like to welcome you into the Speakeasy, where Americans can come and get their weekly dose of freedom. Freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of opinion. We the people have a voice, and it's called the Speakeasy. So prepare to experience freedom the way our forefathers intended it to be. The Speakeasy, where nothing is illegal and controversy is the preferred choice. Good night, and thank you.
From Studio A at In the Mix, broadcasting to over 100 countries, live from New York City. You're about to enter the Speakeasy with your host, Pat Shannon. CEO Cruz. The Speakeasy, where nothing is illegal and controversy is the preferred choice. And here's Pat Shannon and CEO Cruz.
Miss America and all the ships at sea. Pat Shannon for the Speakeasy right here on In the Mix. We have a huge, tremendous show to get to this evening. We got a lot of stuff to cover, a lot of material to get to, a lot of people to aggravate.
Mucha maldita vaina.
You see him Sunday nights on In the Mix on Picante Time from 8 to 10. Ladies and gentlemen, my good friend and the man who gave me my start.
Who's that?
I present to you DJ Eric and Lemesco.
Oh, hey! Thank you. Thank you for the studio audience and all the applause. Thank you. Thank you.
Do not adjust your screen. Do not adjust your screen.
I had the White Castles.
Do not adjust your screen. I do look that handsome. I just got a haircut today. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the man, the myth, the legend. You know him, you love him, you cannot live without him.
Thank you.
The man who has elevated In the Mix to In the Mix TV. If
that
we could
man.
get him to be on screen with us,
Palomón.
I'm sure some blood would be... There he is, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm like the Wizard of Oz.
I give to you DJ Cruz.
El Pajarín.
El Pajarín. Cruz.
You already know.
Cruz.
The man behind the
Cruz.
curtain. Papita frita.
Fruity.
How was your week, everybody, real quick?
Good.
Before we jump right into the circus that we call the
Good,
Speakeasy.
busy in work.
Really? And yourself, Mr. Cruz? You already know.
Yeah, see, you got my
There
answer.
you go. I love it. How was my week? You already know. Well,
Hey, there's a phone call.
we got a phone call already.
Already, look at that.
All right, let's go with the phone call then.
In the mix, you're on the air.
Hey, it's Josh from Jersey.
Hey,
Josh!
from Jersey. Is there a reason why you're calling so early in the show?
Just got out of work, and I don't want to miss my favorite show on the radio.
Well,
Oh, look at
excellent.
that.
This is excellent. Well,
Are you still driving by any chance?
Excuse me?
Are you still driving by any chance?
No, I'm on Bluetooth, so that would be illegal.
all right, check this
There
out.
it is. There it is.
Here's something. First of all, we'd like to send a shout out to everybody that is in the chat room. Miss Mellons, Maritza Sanchez, Freddie Baez, my dad, Big Tom. And on the line, we have Josh from Bayonne. Check this out, Josh. A Middlesex County judge this afternoon suspended his law clerk for 2 weeks with pay for Facebook posts that accused a state police trooper who was killed when his cruiser struck a deer of recklessness, right? And she expressed sympathy for the family who lost a mommy, either a baby deer or a daddy deer, right? She also went on to say, hold on, she went on to say that the police officer's death was not sad and certainly not that tragic, right?
That's amazing, yeah.
So now here's my question to you. Do you feel this woman should lose her job?
I mean, I guess that goes in the whole thing of how much is her freedom of speech protected. Did she do it while she was at work?
No, she did it on Facebook, on not even her own page. She went on like a news page and interacted with people, and this is what she posted. Now you got police officers saying she definitely has an issue with policemen, and she was basically saying the troopers were probably traveling at a dangerously high rate of speed as they usually do, and this accident could have been totally preventable, which, let's be real, that's an ignorant statement because she wasn't there.
Correct.
But now here's my question to you. Should she lose? I was listening to, they had this conversation on a radio station in Jersey. Should this chick lose her job for these statements?
Now, again, did she work for a government agency, or she just work?
She works for a law. She's let me see exactly. Boom. Middlesex County judge suspended his law clerk. So she's a clerk. She's a pencil pusher. She does filing. She answers the phone. She ain't making the laws. She ain't in politics. She's a clerk. You know what I mean? She's not even a police officer.
I mean, you can't fix stupid, and that's what it seems like it was. She just made an ignorant and stupid statement. But in this country we live in, you're allowed to make stupid and ignorant statements. So I don't think she should get fired as long as that statement, and a lot of people would probably disagree with that.
Now, I personally find her statements despicable, ignorant, stupid, all of the above. But unless she signed a paper that said, I'm not allowed to make these type of statements, you know what I mean? Listen, if she got on the job and they said, you're not allowed to do any type of political on or off the job, then she should be fired.
Correct.
But if they don't have that, then, you know what I mean?
As wrong as it is, and everyone I would probably think would agree that what she said is wrong, there's some people out there that probably agree with her. And that's the great thing about living in this country. We can say what we want without fear of reprisals and getting fired and getting arrested, like we're living in, other countries that if you say something like that, you go into a prison cell for the next 30 years.
This is
That's
true.
just how I feel about that.
See, that's good. What leads us to our question of the week. Mr. Cruz, can you roll video number 2? Stay on the line, Josh.
Absolutely.
You're listening to The Speakeasy with Pat Shannon and DJ Eric and Lemesqua. And CEO Cruz.
Are we going full screen? And that brings us to our question of the week. Should it be illegal to burn or desecrate the flag of the United States while you are in? Or should that be protected under your freedom of speech? Now, Josh, as a veteran, should it be illegal to burn or desecrate the American flag, or is that protected under your freedom of speech, my boy?
I think that's a very it's a gray area, but I feel there is actual law, I believe, of I think it's fined by you get a fine of like $1,000. I don't know what the actual charge is, but I definitely think if you want to go out and step on the American flag and you want to just show no respect for the soldiers that died for that, you can do that. But you know what? Here's your $1,000 fine. Here's your day in jail. There you go. If people still want to do that, fine. And I was thinking about this before that question. I get it. I get it. People are upset with our government. But you know what? There's other ways than to step on a flag that, like I said, soldiers died for. If you're upset with what our government's doing, contact your congressman, contact your senators. Do that passive, aggressive, protest that way. But to step on a flag that, soldiers that gave up their lives for, I don't agree with, and that's just my stance on that.
Well, listen, like you said, man, in this great country of ours, it's your opinion, you're entitled to it. And for those listening in on the TuneIn app, this is The Speakeasy with your host, Pat Shannon, DJ Cruz, and DJ Eric. And Lemesqua from Picante Time, we'd like to send a shout-out to Eva Lynn, who just joined us in the chat room. And be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at The Speakeasy. And a friendly reminder, you can download the In The Mix radio app and listen to the show on the TuneIn app.
And it's also free 99.
That's true. It is completely free. And in support of wanted Georgia college student and new Black Panther Party member, encourages individuals to desecrate the U.S. flag. The Eric Shepard Challenge has been adopted by online activists to honor Valdosta State student Eric Shepard after he allegedly brought a gun to local protests. One of the protesters gained national attention when Air Force veteran Michelle Manhart was detained for grabbing one of the American flags. One woman, Eric Walker, which will show the video, was seen dancing on the U.S. flag while yelling, "F your flag." Now, Mr. Shepard disappeared last week when a gun was found in his unattended backpack on campus. He self-identifies himself as a terrorist against white people. Mr. Shepard's father has pleaded with the student to turn himself in. So now, the Eric Shepard Challenge. We're going to go in depth with this. We got a little video we're going to watch.
Real quick,
Sir?
is it number 3?
That is correct, sir. We're going to go with video number 3.
I didn't want to say anything.
Well, it's not number
Let's
2.
get on the baseball side.
You know, but question is here, for those that don't know about the challenge, briefly and quickly, what is the challenge?
Basically, the challenge is you lay the flag down on the floor, you dance on it, and you yell, "F your flag. F your flag." You'll see it.
Okay, but what's the challenge about? I mean, like,
See, that's where they lost me. Because I don't want to hear nothing these ignorant bastards got to say, because there's no reason for that. Listen.
right? No, I understand that you're saying there's no reason for that, but I'm trying to clarify what's the challenge. Like, if you do it, what do you get? If you don't do it, what do you get?
You get to be ignorant on Facebook, and
Well, you're ignorant no matter what. But I'm just simply saying. I mean, like, it's like, for instance, the ice bucket challenge over the past summer. You know what I mean?
you know,
Like,
it's just,
Do you get into trouble for that?
for the ice book challenge?
No,
or-
not the ice bucket. The flag. Like, if you do shit like that, would the government come after you?
If I was in the Marine Corps and did it,
Yeah, but
other
you-
Marines would whoop my ass.
No, but I'm saying,
straight
would
up
they,
and
would
down.
they come and arrest you or anything for doing it? Just technically. I'm
We're
just
gonna be
saying.
getting a call. A guy's gonna Skype in, and
Yeah, there it is right there.
hold up. The show's going too fast. The show's going too fast.
No, go
Hold
on, right
up.
there.
Now we're gonna.
You're gonna what? You're gonna text them?
Yeah, I'm gonna text him and tell him to give us a buzz back after we show the video, because he knows the law. This guy. Like I said, there's a political process. First of all, anybody who sits here in this great country of ours and says the country is perfect is ignorant, and they're fooling themselves to begin with.
Right.
You know what I mean? The country needs to make changes, and the country needs to, you know. Now, this woman, Erica, who you're going to see dance on the flag, she might have the key to open up the door to racial harmony for the rest of the world.
Right.
But because she did some stupid, ignorant stuff, anything she says after, I don't want to even hear. Because what she did was, to me, the ultimate disrespect to everybody who served this country.
Now-
and freedom is not free.
Now, on this video,
Yes.
is it chopped up to where you could get to hear what she has to
Yes.
say? Okay.
I took care of it, bruh.
Okay. All right.
So, Mr. Cruz, we're going to roll this.
check it out. Look up. Hey, Palomón.
3.
We're going to go with video 3. And again, this is The
3.
Speakeasy with Pat Shannon, DJ Eric, and CEO Cruz. We will be right back after the video.
My name is Erica Walker, and I am about to do the Eric Shepard Challenge. Hands off EJ, your flag. Yo, hey! America is upside down.
The de-evolution of America right here. This is a growing problem in my generation, Generation Y, where we don't respect authority. We don't respect any the rights and privileges we have here as Americans. And I think that people like this need to be showed up. I mean, I'm a small government guy, but I would say that it's time for our legislators to introduce something to make it illegal to disrespect the flag and maybe even treat it like a citizen. This is the problem. We tolerate it. We continue to let people go, and they glorify it on social media. And this is the problem with our society. We have this access to social media where one dumb person can make a massive statement nationwide and start to get other people to follow them, which is disgusting. My brothers and I went overseas and fought very hard for what America stands for, and that is represented by the flag. So it just needs to be, if you're a citizen and you see this happening, stop it. I don't care what the ramifications are. You need to stop it.
What's happening, folks? Shane here. I wanted to take a minute to talk to you guys about this Eric Shepherd challenge that's been going around. Hashtag Eric Shepherd challenge. So what we have is groups of people that are challenging other groups of people to stand on the American flag and desecrate it, dance on it, jump up and down on it, all kinds of silly things. And so I think that that's a little ridiculous in my opinion, because I'd like to point out the fact that at some point in history, my ancestors, your ancestors, everybody's ancestors have fought in some way, shape, or form to be a part of this country and reside in the nation over which that flag flies. And here you are, standing on that flag, standing on what your ancestors fought for. And so my message to you is this: if you don't like what America has to offer you, pack your shit up and get the fuck out. There might be another country on this planet that's capable of dealing with your bullshit, but that's not me. I'm a veteran of the United States Marine Corps, and I can tell you right now that if I was in public and I saw someone dancing on the American flag, me and you would have problems. So if you don't like what's happening here, leave. There's plenty of other people that are waiting in line to get in this country, and all you're doing is taking up room. So if you don't like it, get out. If you share my feelings in this matter, feel free to share this video. And if you're viewing this video because somebody else shared it on their timeline, it probably means that they feel the same way. Just think about that for a minute. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a nice day.
Rubs me the wrong way, every which way it could be rubbed. Fighting for, people to be able to be home here in America and be safe is more important to me than anything, and the flag honors that. That's actually what we fight for, is give people that kind of freedom to do what they want. Now, whether it's right or wrong, it's up to the person, I think, to decide that. Everybody has their opinion, and that's exactly what America's all about. Desecrating the flag is not a way to get your point across about things that you disagree with. Being here, and being born here is enough for you to honor that flag.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We are now going to open up the phone lines at 718-705-4959, or you could Skype in at 914-969-6499, and I'm going to start with the man, the myth, the legend, right in the back, Mr. Cruz. What do you think, Mr. Cruz? Should that be illegal in this country, or should it fall under freedom of expression?
That should be freedom of expression.
Really?
Yep.
Now, that's very interesting. So if you went outside and there was some couple of kids dancing on the American flag going, F your flag, F your flag, you just get in your car and keep going? Listen, you could be honest. That's what makes it good.
I'm not going to be mad. That's your opinion. That's like somebody telling you that you ugly and, someone else telling you that you're pretty.
Well, that's
you understand what I'm saying? So why would you get locked up or into trouble for your opinion?
I
have a lot of fucked up opinions about that.
It's easy for you to say you've never been called ugly. Now, what about you, Mr. Eric?
I agree with the guy, your cousin hillbilly Jim over there with the the beard. Mm-hmm. He hit it on the head. I mean, like, in all honesty, I feel that we let idiots do that to the flag, and that's just the start of shit to come, man. You know what I mean? Like, there's no respect for, for the flag. Then there's no respect for officials. There's no respect for anything that means anything in this world or in this country.
Wow.
That's already happening, though.
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, you let this continue going on, and it's just going to escalate to more and more other ridiculous and stupid things to come. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, I mean, our whole show this evening has been about freedom.
You got a call.
Oh, we got a call coming in. Is it a Skype or a regular call?
Regular call.
Regular call.
Speak easy. You're on the air. Who's calling?
Hey,
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, I'd like to answer about your forum question that you're talking about right now.
Go ahead.
Hi. I think it's a desecration to the United States of America that they're doing that to the flag. Why don't they do that to like an Ecuadorian flag or something like that?
Why has it got to be Ecuadorian?
Yeah,
though?
why does it have to be an Ecuadorian? See, I'll be told.
Just they could just do it to one of them, to them damn South American country flags. They just might as well do it. Again, I keep saying Ecuador. That's one shitty ass country.
See, now, I have to disagree with you, brother. I travel a lot to the Dominican Republic, and I would, never do anything to disrespect the flag or the country.
I do that to the damn Dominicans, too. Damn Dominicans need to get the hell out of here, too. So they might as well step on them damn Dominican flags, too.
That is foul. I don't know. I'm just not in.
And do you know who you're really talking to? Do you know how you say you're a Marine, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you're United States Marine. Very good. Hoorah. Hoorah to you.
There you go.
Hoorah to you. And that other gentleman right there on the screen. What country are you from, son?
I'm the one where you're from, son, hillbilly.
No, the other one, the one that's sitting next to you right there.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
You Marine. What's his name? Right there.
Right there, right there.
Do they call him djerick?
There you go, Frederick.
By chance, are you Ecuadorian?
You know, Frederick, that I am.
You are, sir?
Hey, Frederick.
Do you know who you're talking to, son?
Frederick.
It's me, Joey Lindes here. Rey de los Abnormales of Comedy, coming to you live.
He got me good. I thought it was Freddie.
Yeah, I thought it was Roman.
Man,
No.
Yo, guys. In all seriousness, yeah, they need to put their foot up somebody's ass when it comes to the American flag. In all honesty.
That's right, bro.
Wow.
Ladies
and gentlemen, live on the line, we have Joey from the Picante Time here in the mix.
Joey Lindes.
Every Sunday night from 8 to 10. So, Joey, that's your honest opinion? You really feel like, you know what I mean? Like, how does it...
No, I got two uncles, one that fought, actually two of them fought in World War II. One was in the Marine Corps. The other one is in the Army. I got another brother that fought in Nam. And you know what? But in all honesty, with the shit, what they're doing with that challenge... Yeah, they got to change the law. They got to do something in all actuality.
That's
you know what I mean?
Yep, I agree.
But I am serious about Ecuador though.
Fuck you.
Cruz, you say you got another call coming in?
Yeah, we got one on Skype.
Joey, thank you very much. And make sure you check out Joey every Sunday night from 8 to 10 on Picante Time. Yo, my brother, I hope to meet you someday, man. Thank you very much for the call, brother. And God bless America.
Joey, I'll be calling you later on tonight. All right. Caller, you're on the air. Who's calling?
Hey, what's happening? This is Robert Morgallo. How you doing, Pat?
Hey, Mr. Morgallo. Can you properly identify yourself? This is an Afghanistan veteran, Iraq War veteran, my man, Robert Morgallo.
Well, I thought you wanted him to...
Well, I think it's First Sergeant, Master Sergeant?
First class retired.
Damn, Sergeant First Class retired. That means he's getting a check every month to sit at home and watch Pat Shannon on the freaking... Robert?
That's what I live for, man. That's what I live.
I'm sure. Now, you saw the video. As a veteran of this great country, now, let's everybody know, were you born in this country?
Yeah, actually, I was, yes. My parents are from Cuba, so I was born in Miami.
Okay, so now here is...
¿Y sigues viviendo en Cuba? En Miami?
No. I'm in PA. I live in PA.
All right.
So now here we go. First generation American-born citizen. How do you feel when you see this type of stuff going on, this type of behavior?
Well, I get upset. I mean, I don't see how anybody can watch that and not. As a matter of fact, I think the people who do it to provoke that same emotion. I mean, it's no different than when you see, a KKK rally or something like that, and it provokes anger, it provokes rage, So they do it for that same purpose. I'm like any other red-blooded American that when I see that, it pisses the hell out of me. Yeah.
Because I will tell you this, like I said earlier, that woman who danced on the flag and said F your flag, F your flag, to be totally honest, she might have had the key. She might have had the key to open up racial harmony forever. But the minute she did that, I don't want to hear anything else that comes out of her disgusting, disrespectful face.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, and I got to toe the line a little bit and get a little bit past the emotional part of it and look at it's a paradox. Our freedoms, our rights, what makes us exceptional as a nation, it's a paradox. The same rights and liberties that flag represents, that comes at a cost, protects that person's individual right to express themselves. The difference is that just because you can't do something doesn't mean you should. You have the right to express yourself and to protest, but once it gets to the point where it's disrespectful and it is offensive, then you're opening yourself to whatever. There are consequences to every action, and there's a reaction to every action. Our freedoms and our liberties come at a price that somebody paid for us to be able to do. Only less than 1% of our citizenship, bears that burden. Less than 1% bears the burden for the rest of everybody else to go out there and be able to express whatever opinions they have. So to deny that somebody the rights to do that, okay, kind of like takes takes for granted the sacrifices that people made for that person to be able to have that right. All right. However, the rights that you have for liberty, for expression, is so that you have the protection against the government from coming after you and keeping you and silencing your voice, but it doesn't protect you from any kind of repercussions from an individual who may say, you know what, I want to express my expressions too, even if there's consequences to it. Look, I'm not a violent person. And I think, like Voltaire said, I disagree with what you have to say, but I would die for your right to say it. There's a line. There is a line. And, I am thankful to God that I've never seen face to face something like that in real time, because if I did, I can tell you right now that although someone has the right to do that, it doesn't come without repercussions. And if I was there, I can tell you I'll go to jail. But then my expression, okay, will be demonstrated, and I'm prepared. If I'm prepared to go serve my country, die for my country, I'm prepared to go to jail if I need to. But and I don't want to make light of that. To say, look, violence is the answer to everything. But sometimes people take things way too far. When we see servicemen and women being buried, and you have protesters at their funerals, because they disagree politically with whatever it is, whether they disagree with gays in the military, or whether they disagree with the war, or whatever. Okay, you can disagree, but you don't have to be disrespectful to another human being. I mean, I think it's just basic decency. That's just my opinion.
Well, see, I agree with you. And if I could quote a friend of mine, Bobby Hamble, who plays guitar in a band called Biohazard. We had this conversation years ago, before any of this went on, before they had YouTube. And he was like, hey, you know what? I think they should have the right to burn the flag in this country. It was around like the first Iraq thing, when I came home on a leave. And I was shocked at him. I was like, really, Bob, man? You got two uncles that went to Vietnam. Your dad, was in the Vietnam War and this, that, and the other. He goes, oh, no. They should have the right to do that, but every red-blooded American should have the right to go out and stomp their guts out. And I was like, wow, it's a very interesting concept. Now, me, I took an oath, as you did, to defend the American Constitution from foreign and domestic threats. And again, when I saw this, it sickened me.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope to never encounter it on the street, because now sitting here logical with no emotion, you know what, I might just look at it and go, look at these ignorant jackasses, and walk away. But there's a distinct part of me that feels, unless we stand up and say, hey, man, you have the right to do this, but that, you know what I mean? I also have the right to stand up for this. So it's a real slippery slope. And I don't even know if they should make it illegal. Now,
it is illegal. That's the whole thing. There is a federal statute that prohibits anyone from, defacing and stomping, burning the flag, the American flag. Even if it doesn't matter what the size is. It doesn't matter which one it is. It could be one of those little small flags that you wave around. It is a crime. The problem is that it's a fine line between the individual's right to speech, and what the law says. For example, we all know that we have freedom of speech. Well, what does that mean? Well, you have that freedom, but there's limits to that speech. You can't walk into you can't incite a riot. You can't walk into a theater and then all of a sudden say, hey, there's a fire or there's a bomb, and then you cause that panic. You're responsible. You go to jail. There are limits to all of our rights are there, but they're not absolute. All of them come with a limit, and it's a responsibility more than anything. I think people lose sight of that. Our freedoms are there, but we're entitled to them just by the fact that we live here in this great country. But it's a huge responsibility. It's a huge responsibility to yield it in a way that it's appropriate and respectful and mindful, that we don't live in a vacuum. I take a look at these people who go out there and protest Islam, and they want to do the cartoons of Muhammad. Yeah, you know what? You got the right to do that. People can go out there and do cartoons of Jesus, and you don't see Christians going out there and going crazy. But then all of a sudden you got people who are stoking the fire, and they want to do cartoons for the sole purpose, under the guise of, hey, look, we have the right to do this. It's our freedom to do that. But that you have to understand that the underlying tone there is to create that tension and to spark that anger. So it's one of those things that you have to take it with a grain of salt and look at not just the actions that's being taken, but try to understand the context behind what they're trying to do. What are they doing by it?
Well, I just found the Cornell University Law School Legal Information Institute, U.S. Code 700, desecration of the flag of the United States with penalties. 1. Whoever knowingly mutilates, defaces, physically defiles, burns, maintains on the floor, ground, or tramples upon any flag of the United States shall be fined under this title or imprisoned for not more than 1 year or both.
Yeah, so my thing is look, if you're passionate about it, make a citizen's arrest. Find out how to make a citizen's arrest and make it. That's what the hell. What else to do?
Well, that's a tough one, man. I don't know what I would do. But, ladies and gentlemen, on the line we have Robert Morgallo. This is the Speakeasy with Pat Shannon, DJ Cruz, and DJ Eric from Picante Time. And we are live, direct, coming through your TuneIn app. And Robert is the CEO of a company called Topbox. Tell us a little bit about Topbox before you go away, Mr. Morgallo.
Well, Extreme Topbox is the Extreme Topbox with an X. Extreme. No, that's all right.
With all the flag burning, I'm a little verklempt tonight.
Well, he was actually drinking some coffee, so.
Yeah, you having coffee. Yeah, it was nice.
So you see that? Well, I wanted to make sure I was awake and alert for your show here. Extreme Topbox. I got into CrossFit in 2011.
CrossFit
and when
training,
I got
right?
into it, excuse me?
CrossFit training.
Yeah, I started doing CrossFit in 2011, and I it's kind of like once you start doing CrossFit, you get hooked, right? Mm-hmm. And it's you know, you never want to go back to a regular gym because it's just, you know, asinine. But once I got into it and I saw the community, I saw the community involvement, what the CrossFit community is, and I saw it in the eyes of an opportunity to create something and build on it. So what I ended up doing is creating an event called the Extreme Top Box Throwdown. It's a functional fitness, super teams only athletic competition. And what I mean by that is, like, it's inspired. We target the CrossFit community. It's we did the first event in South Beach, Miami Beach, Florida, in 2013, and it's a super teams competition. One super team is 5 men and 5 women from one affiliate gym. And in the CrossFit community, they don't call it a gym; they call it a box. That's why it's called the Extreme Top Box. So these super teams are 10-person teams. They compete against other 10-person teams for cash prizes, $45,000 in cash prizes. The first event took place in South Beach, Florida, 2013. Went very well. I was approached by the Convention and Visitors Bureau of Fort Lauderdale to see if I'd be willing to move the event to Fort Lauderdale. I did. I did the second annual in Fort Lauderdale. Now this year, our third year, we're in 10 cities around the world. We're doing we upped the cash prizes to $95,000. We have the super teams division. We have the 3-person male division and the 3-person female division. And one of the events we're doing is actually in Staten Island, at the College of Staten Island in October. All of the events take place in October. And just to give you an idea of where we are this year, we're in Fort Lauderdale, Concord, North Carolina. We're in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania, College of Staten Island. We're doing Acapulco, Mexico, Cancun, Mexico, the Canary Islands, and we have 2 in Kuwait at the Camp Arifjan for the troops over there who are stationed up in Kuwait.
Oh, for the troops. I thought it was for the Kuwaitis. I was going to say, wow, it's gonna be very unfresh in the waiting area.
No, hey, come on. Let me tell you something. That's there are people from all over the world that compete in this. And next year we expect to expand even further. I licensed out. I'm only producing 4 of them, and I licensed out the rest of them. So it's a brand that, you know, in 3 years we've expanded greatly, and I'm looking forward to the one in New York. I'm really excited about it.
What about, why do you do it in October though?
Well, the first one we did it was in Columbus Day weekend. That's the day that we chose to do it. It was Columbus Day weekend. It worked well. We're not a CrossFit competition. So to have an idea of what I mean by that is, like, CrossFit is a trademark name. They own it. That's them. I can have a football tournament or a football competition, but I can't call it a NFL competition because NFL is a branded trademark name. So although the functions and the competitions are similar to the CrossFit, ours is just basically a functional fitness competition. So what I don't want to do is compete with anything that has to do with the CrossFit. There's only 3 CrossFit events worldwide. You laughing because I'm doing? There's only 3 CrossFit events worldwide: the Opens, the Regionals, which just finished up now in May, and then the CrossFit Games, which is in the summertime, and that's the end of the season. So I wanted to do it after the season. October was a good time where it's still warm enough. It's not too cold, where we can do it in multiple locations. And that's why we decided to do it. So all of them are in October.
Okay. Gotcha.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be checking in with Robert Morgallo from Extreme Top Box once again. And we thank you, sir, for your opinion. We thank you for your service to our great nation. And we'll see you out here in October, my brother.
All right, listen, I just want to say something. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. Thank you for doing your show, and I wish you guys all the best. I really do. Hope you guys knock them dead and keep building on your fan base all over and expand as well. Right?
And don't forget, hook us up with some T-shirts.
Roger that.
Oh yeah, I got something for you, man. What size are you?
Large.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, listen,
Send the extra large for the guy next to me. I'll take a medium.
I'm gonna tell you something.
No, this one over here is gonna take medium.
I'm gonna medium, right? Yeah. Hey, look at that. I'm gonna tell you something right now. I'm gonna get you guys 2 shirts, and I want to see you guys wearing it next time, right?
On the show,
brother.
On the show. All right, sounds good.
Thank you for calling, Robert.
All right, man.
846, The Speakeasy with your host, Pat Shannon, CEO Cruz, and DJ Eric. If you're listening in on the TuneIn app, That was Iraq War veteran, retired Sergeant First Class Robert Morgallo. Now we are going to run video number 5. What saith you, America, about the desecration of the flag of the United States?
Here we go.
I think it should be illegal because I have this belief that America was built on great foundations, and to make something like that you burn it and you destroy it, would be forgetting or disrespecting every single person that has through the history of this country, who has established what it is. I understand that probably in modern times we have maybe lost our way as time becomes, as time changes, as evolution changes. But I think the ultimate goal is that America should try to reinvent itself as we move forward into the future, and not forget the fundamental values that we have. So if we allow, like, let's burn the flag, it's like a disrespect to the country and to all the soldiers that have died and believed in what we believe, and not just the soldiers, but everybody, everything that we've been through, you know? We all the other nations of the world, they look at us as a big country that offers opportunity. And yeah, freedom of speech is one thing, but burning the flag is something else. So that's just the way I look at it. And I wasn't even born here, but I am an American citizen.
Here, we have struggled to create the United States of America with rights and liberty and justice for all, and to do that to the American flag would be sinful.
Yes, I do. Because we have people that fight for that flag and fight for our country.
Absolutely, because that's a symbol of my country. And I am proud of my country, and nobody should destroy it. I have the right to destroy it or ruin it. There are men or women that go to war for our country. Absolutely. Absolutely, that should be illegal.
Absolutely. Why? Because men and women have fought and died for our flag. I'm proud to be an American. Anybody who's here should be proud to be an American. It should definitely be outlawed. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That what saith you, the viewers, and we are going to go to some viewer mail. I don't know why, but I got a lot of feedback on this one. A lot of people. Now I'm going to give you my personal opinion. Like I said, I don't know how I would feel if I went outside and saw some people doing it. I don't know what my reaction would be.
What do you think it would be?
I don't know. I don't
got another call?
Yeah, you see it, right?
Yeah.
Again, yeah. Pastor Joe, we're gonna have to put you on hold for 1 minute. I don't know, but I kind of feel that you can't. What's the word I'm looking for? You can't. Exactly.
That's it.
You can't limit people's freedoms because you disagree with what they're doing.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the minute you open that door,
you're opening up the Pandora's box.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, well, what's next? Well, I disagree with 2 gay guys, so they shouldn't. You know what I mean?
Leave the gays alone.
But anyway,
we're gonna go to some. You're gonna offend Cruz.
We're gonna go to some viewer mail, and again, our phone lines are open at 718-705-4959. The Speakeasy with Pat Shannon, CEO Cruz, and DJ Eric and La Mezcla.
Yeah.
My mic's on, right? All right. And the first viewer mail comes from Will in Staten Island. Absolutely, it should be a crime. Where do we, as Americans, draw the line?
Ding dong.
And again, the question was, should it be protected under your freedom of speech to burn the flag?
And the next question goes, no, it should not be protected. It should be considered an act of treason. Marcus McCoy, Marine vet from Ohio.
See, now I agree with that also. I agree. And Jermaine Thomas, a Marine vet from South Carolina, says, of course, Pat, it should be illegal. Again, I get the act of treason.
And Chris from Staten Island says, I thought there was laws saying you cannot do such things, but I could be wrong.
And Chango, a Marine vet out of New Jersey, says, Pat, you already know where I stand with this one. I took an oath to protect this country and its flag from enemies foreign and domestic, and I shall continue to do so. With that being said, I hope to see anyone messing with our beautiful flag.
Ding, 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 ding. James from New Jersey says, as disgusting an act as that is, it is already covered under our freedom of speech. It is a slippery slope when we try to pick and choose which freedoms you want to give up.
And Jonathan from New Orleans said, it's like biting the hand that feeds you. You sit here and enjoy and live off the land, yet you defile its flag. It's a symbol of freedom. It should at least be punishable by a fine, at least a fine. And then they should be forced to look up the definition of contradiction caused by living here and being American and defiling Old Glory. You're a walking contradiction. A stupid-ass walking contradiction.
And Kenny from Queens says, you should not be able to burn the American flag. To me, that's a form of treason and an act of terrorism. Why would we allow anyone in this country who is going to disrespect what it stands for? And there it is.
And that's your viewer mail. You can inbox me at Patrick Shannon on Facebook or send me an email at gringo515@AOL. And this up in the chat room from Miss Mellons. Puerto Rican people got upset when Kramer on Seinfeld burned their flag and they lost their minds. So it's not okay. People who burn the flag should be put in jail.
I think there should be something, happening. I don't know if it's jail or what. Like, there has to be some sort of, whatchamacallit, consequences for it. With what it is, I can't say yet. I haven't really thought it out properly, but it definitely should not be allowed. That I can tell you.
Well, to be totally honest, I think now that I do this, they should put it down as an act of treason. And if they're going to put it on the books that you can't do it, it's against the law, you're still free to do so, but now there's a consequence. Right. I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, there's a lot of pros and cons to that, bro.
There are pros and cons with all of it.
You know why? Because the government also hires a bunch of crooked motherfuckers out there that beat on people and do all types of fucked up shit. Oh. So it's okay for them to do that, but we can't piss on the flag?
Well, there goes the cable access show.
Oh, fuck out of here.
You're not free to have potty mouth, sir.
Oh, my God. All right, so now, can I take the topic off for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let's change the topic for a second. I have this thing that I just came across right now, okay? I don't know if anybody's seen it on Facebook or whatnot, but it's about NYPD's crackdown on man spreading. It's
Are they spreading the cheeks?
No. Here's what it is.
What are they spreading?
Whoa. Yeah, that's what we got.
We got Casper the Friendly Ghost
coming up in the studio.
What just fell?
I don't know.
Oh, the headphones. All right, that's from the heat.
Eric was spreading. Swing!
Here's the thing. The guy, you'll see. I could put the video on here.
But now, what are they doing?
All right, Cruz. If I send you,
I know what it is.
Is it on your Facebook?
Yeah, I'll tag you in it.
Can I explain to the people or no?
Go ahead.
You know when you sit down on the train and you open up your legs real wide because men have baguettes and women don't? They're giving guys summonses for that?
Yeah. That's what they're doing.
But they don't give summons for niggas having their pants hanging down their ass?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Get the fuck out of here.
There's a video on it. I'm trying to see if I could just tag you real quick.
It's on your page?
I'm tagging you right now.
Oh, and Joey Lindesey says, if folks had government jobs, they would not be burning the flag. They would get fired. And he is right.
Yeah.
And, wow.
Okay, I see it here.
All right, so, at the end of the day, this is ridiculous.
It is. They were giving guys summonses for carrying coffee on the train. Really? That's ridiculous.
Now, I understand if you're, I guess you're spreading and then you're occupying other seats.
Right.
With, others, your baggage and stuff. And, you're not letting other people sit down. Then I can see there's an issue with it. You know what I mean? And as it is, some of these seats, they're kind of narrow. Not for nothing. I don't take the train anymore, or as often as a lot of people do, but these seats are kind of narrow to begin with.
Again, here we go. To me, this is ridiculous and a non-issue, to be totally honest. Because if a cop came up to me and goes, "Gotta close your legs," I'd look at him and go, "Sir, my baguettes are huge. I can't." What do you do to a guy who's 400 pounds and he's overlapping on the other seat?
Exactly.
It's just ridiculous. Sometimes these, just like these city bikes. Let me tell you, these bicycles they put out there,
city bike,
the most asinine thing the mayor ever did, because it puts everyone's lives at jeopardy. These guys ride right in the middle of the street.
Yeah, but
no helmets. They give you a ticket for not having a helmet, but not on a city bike. You see, it's the government is all about money. I'm terribly sorry, but the government's about money. If they felt they could fine people and get some money for burning the flag, then they'd care about it.
Can we get the audio on this?
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to get it together.
All right. So, I mean, but like, it's ridiculous because I saw this and I was like, there's no way that this could be correct, man. There's got to be something stupid. Why do we keep on coming up with ridiculous things? And
because they only care about the money.
No, I understand that. But really, really, I mean, like, it makes no freaking sense.
9 minutes?
2 minutes and 52 seconds.
You know that if Woody would have gone to the police, this would have been.
That's right.
Happened.
But again, you mean to tell me the police department's going to give a guy a freaking summons for spreading his... But like Cruz said, I saw this jackass the other day, and I felt like going, jackass, why you even bothering to wear pants? Like, he had his pants underneath his underwear.
All right, when we have this video up, can we full screen it and have the video up?
Here we go.
All right.
Once again, we'll be right back with the Speakeasy, Pat Shannon.
There's been a particular spotlight shining on male subway riders in New York City this year.
For the first time, the Metropolitan Transportation Authority is asking men to mind the gap.
Mind the gap.
Leg spreaders. They're the worst. Men, bad.
His legs are spread so wide, he's taking up 2 seats. It's called manspreading, and it's rude.
In January, the Metropolitan Transit Authority rolled out an ad campaign reminding men to close their legs while seated on public transit. Entire blogs have been created to document the culprits who don't comply. Even actor Tom Hanks was publicly shamed.
You're now you're the new face of manspreading.
All right, this pisses me off. I was accused of manspreading because it looks as though I'm taking up 2 seats. And hey, internet, you idiot. The train was half empty.
The train was presumably also not crowded when 2 Latino men were allegedly arrested for manspreading on May 22nd at 12:11 a.m. According to a report released by the Police Reform Organizing Project, this marks the first time manspreading led to an arrest.
We've never heard it referred to as manspreading until last Friday morning in Brooklyn.
Prop director Robert Ganji says the NYPD is criminalizing several subway etiquette faux pas as an excuse to fine and arrest people, most of whom, Ganji says, are poor minorities.
We think it's driven by the quota system. There's almost no other rational explanation for why the cops would conduct these kind of arrests unless they were under pressure to meet certain numbers, to meet what they call productivity goals. The activities that poor people of color get arrested for and ticketed for, bike on the sidewalk, jaywalking, begging, open alcohol container, walking between subway cars, have been virtually decriminalized in white communities.
According to reports, the NYPD has issued more than 1,400 summonses for manspreading this year. And while the boys in blue are working very hard to contain this serious issue, crime is up. The amount of murders in New York City has increased, according to reports, nearly 13% since last year, while the number of shootings is up 7%.
RT reached out to the NYPD asking for confirmation about the manspreading arrests. We also asked how many people have been arrested for manspreading. So far, the NYPD has not responded. Marina Portnaya, RT, New York.
Listen, I am in no way, shape, or form.
That's a serious spread right there. Look at that one.
I am in no way, shape, or form going to sit here and bash the cops.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to feel bad for the cops. If the mayor puts this down and it comes, let's say you're a cop, you're just doing your job, and they say, listen, you need to get 3 man-spreading tickets each month. You're going to get them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how shitty would it be to be a cop and have to give a guy, listen, close your legs, your breath smells. Here's $90. Have a nice day. You know what I'm saying? It's so ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Speaking of manspreading, Mr. Cruz, can you roll video number 7, which will bring us to our question of the week for next week?
Oh.
You're watching The Speakeasy with Pat Shannon, CEO Cruz, and DJ Eric and LaMescla right here on In the Mix
Radio, baby.
It's not about the fanfare. It's not about people cheering in the stadium. It's not about going down the street and everybody giving you that boy, Bruce, pat on the back. Okay? This is about your life.
That's what, yeah. Kate.
Bruce always had to tell a lie. He was always living that lie. Every day, he always had a secret from morning till night. Caitlin doesn't have any secrets. Soon as the Vanity Fair cover comes out, I'm free.
All right.
Well, there you go.
All right. Now
it brings us to our next question. Racism in America. Have you ever experienced discrimination or witnessed someone else being discriminated against? That is your homework for next week, because we're going to start the whole racism. You got to let it finish. It's going to be the whole racism month. I got, you know what I mean? I'm making contact with some people. I really want to know, folks in the chat room. You could send me your stuff to... Have you ever experienced any type of racism? Because I'm going to tell you, as a Caucasian gentleman singing in Spanish, I have experienced racism.
Oh, you see it coming already.
Yeah.
I've experienced racism, and I've experienced discrimination.
You?
Yep, you're damn right I have.
Towards you?
You're white.
Yep. Say again?
You're white.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I can understand towards us.
No, on my merengue tour, I was on tour with my merengue orchestra. We were playing in Minnesota. Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Okay.
It was a Monday night gig. It was a great gig. We were off the next day, so we were all hanging out. And I got a note in a napkin.
Powerful Oz.
Nah, man, I got this note.
The almighty Oz.
I got a note on a napkin that this guy was unhappy that I was Caucasian and singing his, country's music. That was one.
Well, that's just stupid.
You know what I mean? I got all sorts of stuff like that. So June is going to be racism month. I want to tip into gay people, how they get discriminated against, Hispanics, how they get discriminated against, and why is it okay? Of course, black people, that's an easy one. But why is it okay for why is it okay for a black guy to say something that if a white guy said the exact same thing, he'd be fired for? What I mean?
And those are the same people that's going to piss on the American flag.
Yep.
Because
that's true.
Do you remember that guy Don Imus when he called the basketball players the nappy-headed hoes?
Yeah.
He didn't call all black people nappy-headed hoes, but there was such an outcry he got fired. Meanwhile, he apologized to the five. No,
wasn't it towards
the basketball team? He apologized to all 5 of them.
Right.
So?
But now isn't he on Sirius XM or something like that?
Yeah, he's making more money. It worked out to his advantage. Yeah, but still.
Well, that was that white guy, right?
Yeah,
Don Imus.
Imus in the morning.
So, as a matter of fact, I want to live my life as a transgender
what about the midget?
I want to cut off the lower ends of my legs, put my feet on my knees, and live my life as a transgender midget. I'm tired of being 6 feet tall.
Oh, my God.
Oh, but I mean, this is the stuff that I feel people want to talk about. I got guys at the job that said when they gave a Spanish surname, they were denied to get houses. And, see, with the city of New York, it's hard because you take a test.
Right.
You're in.
Yeah.
To be a dispatcher supervisor, doesn't matter what you are. If you score high on the exam, you're getting the job.
Mm-hmm. That's the way it should be, though.
True. But
that's the way it should be. You take a test, you pass, you're in. That's it. End of story. Forget about the logistics of what nationality, what race you are. Is just, that's it. But going back to your Caitlyn video, the Bruce Jenner thing, what the hell made you want to do that, man?
Well, no, I mean, listen.
Why is he such a big fucking topic?
That's what I'm saying.
I wanted to read you
What is
this.
so important about this
Like,
fucking white dude?
I don't get it. Well, okay, I could understand because he's a former Olympian and very well known. He was like what's the word? He was an icon in
on the
in
Wheaties
essence.
box,
right? So that I could understand, but to the extent that they're overdoing it, no, man.
Well, check this out.
That nigga's not even important.
The thing that got me onto the thing that got me onto
What
the
the hell
what
happened?
the hell was that? The thing that got me onto this racism thing. This is what I read on the internet today. I've been waiting for someone to knock that degenerate freak down for getting a fake breast and becoming a chick. He's an abomination. I hope when they chop off his wanker, he gets an infection and dies.
Damn.
I mean, here's my question. That's some serious, like, discrimination.
That's
right there.
that's hatred. I'm not hating against homeboy wanting to be a female. I'm just saying why they put so much importance to it.
That-
Like, why is he
exactly,
all
that's
over
what
the
I'm
news?
saying myself.
Yo, the dude could be a girl. He could stick TVs in the crack of his ass. He could do what he want. I'm just saying, why is he important? There's so much other shit that's really going on, and this dude is like
Well, when you're
killing
really-
the internet right now. Like,
Right.
When you look at it, the Kardashians,
but
God forgive me, they're talentless. They have no talent.
Bitch has
What
got
do they
no
do?
talent. That shit got famous because Ray J gave her the dick.
Yep.
Ouch. The jick.
Yep.
Who's Ray J?
You don't know who Ray J is?
No, I swear to God, who's Ray J?
You seriously don't
Oh
know?
my
I do not
God.
know who Ray J is. Who's
That's
Ray J?
that's Brandy's little brother. Remember Brandy the singer?
Oh my God.
Brandy?
I've heard the name Brandy. She's a black chick
She used to do a show before too.
on Channel 9.
Where you been?
I really
yo?
wasn't watching.
I'm gonna pop up a picture.
Really
so
wasn't
you can see
watching
it.
a lot of Channel 9, I have to be honest.
That's sad.
And I've been called a racist for not watching Channel 9. You don't watch the WB? You racist. But no, I mean...
That's Brandy.
Oh, okay, I know who Brandy is.
All right,
So, but now
little
who's her brother?
Her little brother's Ray J.
Okay, so what has he done in the world?
He's the
besides
one
be-
that popped Kim, the
But
porn
so
video.
what?
No,
That
but he's
doesn't-
he's an artist. He sings. He's popular. He
Really?
actually got a reality show right now.
Again, could you imagine if Cruz won the $253 million in the mixed radio would be the biggest thing on reality TV? Because all it takes is money. Because again, God forgive me, I'm sorry, the Kardashians are very pretty girls. They're nice young girls or whatever. But what have they done? They don't sing shit. They don't do shit. They marry freaking famous people.
They wouldn't be shit if their father didn't have money. First of all, the
This
dude
is true.
that was with Johnny Crocker.
Oh, okay. Joey says Brandy played Moesha. Now I get
She
it.
was
Okay.
she was on the show.
All right.
Oh, that you know.
Moesha, yeah.
That you know.
Because, I never wanted to be called a racist, so I used to go to all my black friends and go, yo, did you see Moesha last night? Yo, that's teeny bopper shit.
All right. Well,
talking about?
yeah. So here's another funny thing. I actually came across a video, right?
Okay.
Of the famous host of this speakeasy.
Correct.
And you guys are gonna it's a 42-second video as to why you should not get Patrick Shannon upset.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Listen.
you'll see. I mean,
I'm a
don't look
peace
up.
lover.
Don't look up.
I'm a peace lover.
Yeah, but
can't even zoom this shit
but you know I found the video and you're gonna see. I think you'll agree that your marine thing comes.
But now
in.
hold on. Joey
Is
Lindesy
it a
said
video?
they're famous
It's a
because
video,
they
it's a video.
all
It doesn't
performed
let me
oral
click, huh?
sex. Wow,
I can't even
Joey,
click
that's
on it.
aggressive.
You sure is that not the computer that's not letting you do something?
No, because the other video from before they just turned off. Look.
Didn't you have the
If you look
commercial
at the
for
vi-
next week queued up? If you want to do that first, that's fine. Whatever
If
you
you
want.
see how this one has a play,
Right.
This one has nothing. See it?
Oh, but I have mine is playing.
Do you have to add it to the timeline first?
All right,
look,
all right,
this one I
okay.
can play.
All right. I'm gonna send it to you again.
Wow. Once again, the technology. We are live here at In the Mix Radio, and it is the Speakeasy with your host, Pat Shannon, CEO Cruz, and DJ Eric and Lemesca, reminding you once again to download the In the Mix Radio app. It's completely free.
We doing the commercial or are we going to that video?
Whatever you want.
Go to
whatever
the
you
commercial.
feel
Go
will
to the
work.
commercial, and we'll go back to
We'll
the
be right back right after this commercial break.
Check out the Speakeasy as we investigate racism and discrimination. in America.
They go up, gaining garlic bread, pizza slinging, spaghetti bending, Victor Mon, Perry Como, Luciano Pavarotti, solo meal non-singer motherfucker.
The month of June will be dedicated to racism and discrimination of all kinds, of all races. Check out the Speakeasy every Tuesday night at 8 p.m.
Gold chain wearing, fried chicken and biscuit eating, monkey ate baboon, big thigh, fast running, high jumping, spear chucking, 360-degree basketball dunking, soon spade, Moriah. Take your fucking pizza and go to fuck back to Africa.
Check out the Speakeasy every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. with your host, Pat Shannon, Picante Times DJ Eric, and the CEO Cruz. That's right, June, as we investigate racism and discrimination in America.
You little slanty-eyed, me no speaky American, own every fruit and vegetable stand in New York. Bullshit Reverend Sun Young Moon, Summer Olympic 88 Korean kickboxing Sabaran bitch.
You Goya bean eating, 15 in a car, 30 in an apartment, pointy shoes, red wearing, menudo, meter, Puerto Rican cocksucker. Yeah, you.
Shit, I got good price for you. Yeah, catch it. How I'm doing? Chocolate egg cream drinking, bagel and the lot. Banana for this Jew asshole.
The month of June will be dedicated to racism and discrimination of all kinds, of all races. Check out the Speakeasy every Tuesday night at 8 p.m.
We rock worldwide.
Broadcasting to over 100 countries.
In the Mix Radio, in the Mix worldwide.
What was I supposed to be watching?
Well, check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Here's what I'm going to task you all to do. With love in your heart, why don't you just record something on your phone or something doing the most racist rant you can about any... We should randomly just pick races to pick on. Just because when you see that, that's from the movie Do the Right Thing, it shows you how ignorant the shit really is.
Right.
And I mean, listen, I could go off on Italians, I can go off on the Irish, I can go off on the Spanish.
Hillbillies as well.
I can go off on Jewish people, black people.
How would you do a hillbilly
I'm not
rant?
going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
Why not?
Anybody in the chat room, you
Come
can
on, this is
send
the
me
Speakeasy. You're
an
supposed to be able to do
MP4 of
it.
you doing a racist rant. Film it on your phone and send it to me. Listen, it'd be funny. I think it'd be funny. Again, it's all in good fun.
Hold on. Log out of that one.
Cruz loving the background. I love that. Look at it. Where'd you get that? Anyway, this is the Speakeasy. We're coming to you live from In the Mix with your host, Pat Shannon, Picante Times DJ Eric, and the CEO of All the Madness, DJ Cruz. Cruz, you want to go to a musical break real quick? Go to video number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, if you missed last week's show, we had a guest in here, M.I. Antonio, and this is M.I. Antonio Sessions right here on In the Mix. We'll be right back with the Speakeasy with Pat Shannon.
Hey, this is M.A. Antonio, and you're watching the Speakeasy with Pat Shannon and CEO Cruz on In the Mix Radio. Los desaires y no perdamos tiempo. Don't lose time. Y cada día pienso y te siento yo. Si tú supieras cuánto te deseo, no puedo más, quiero llegar a lo más profundo que te pueda tocar. Quiero soñar contigo, despertar y darte mi amor sin ponerte medidas. No puedo más, no puedo más, yeah. No puedo yo, oh, yeah. No puedo más, quiero llegar
a lo más profundo que te pueda tocar. Quiero soñar contigo, despertar y darte mi amor sin ponerte medidas. No puedo más, ay, 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 no puedo, no puedo más, no puedo, no puedo, no puedo más, ay, no puedo más. No puedo más.
You're listening to The Speakeasy with Pat Shannon, Picante Times DJ Eric, and CEO Cruz, broadcasting to over 100 countries on In The Mix Radio.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We are back live, The Speakeasy. Let's do a little bit of local news. The other night, Sunday morning to be exact, a heating and air conditioning unit weighing 20,000 pounds fell off a crane, causing the crane to collapse, injuring 7 people and damaging all the buildings on Madison Avenue. If it would have happened during the week, people would have gotten destroyed. Let me tell you something. I was in traffic on the bus yesterday. I did an express run from Staten Island to Manhattan. 2.5 hours in Manhattan alone. So an hour trip took you 3 hours. It was ridiculous. Ridiculous. Shout out to Eva Lynn, who is in the chat room, and Nadine Serrano, who just joined us in the chat room, along with the favorites, Freddie Baez, Miss Mellons, my dad, Joey Lindesey. This is The Speakeasy with your host, Pat Shannon, CEO Cruz, and Picante Times, DJ Eric and La Mezcla. What do you got for us, Eric?
Hold on. Well, I mean, are mics on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Here we go. So here's the thing. Like I was saying, I actually came across a video of you getting upset in, using mass transit. So
was I driving the express bus?
Well, I think you got off the bus, the driver's seat, and decided to, do your ranting and raving.
I hear you. Once again, you could follow us on Twitter and Instagram at The Speakeasy.
So we'll be seeing this video.
That's correct. I'm waiting for the video.
Ready? Here we go.
Yeah.
¡Con la mierda! ¡Harto de mierda! ¡La Chiresale! ¡Le hizo un conjuro! ¡Ah! ¡La Chiresale!
I gotta be totally honest. That guy gigs more than I do. That was a good one.
Oh my God.
Well,
I think that's a show.
That would be a show. Once again, I want to thank everybody who joined us in the chat room. We want to thank Robert Morgallo for Skyping in.
Yes, thank you.
And Josh from Jersey for Skyping in. Be sure to check us out next week, as June is Racism Month. And again, send me MP4s, man. Do your racist rant.
Record your videos.
If you get the question of the month, the question of the week, I'm sorry.
Month?
Well, you get your friend every month, but
no, I don't.
Yes,
do.
you do.
You do.
Well, occasionally.
Okay, come on,
But
Caitlin.
anyway.
You're the white one.
When you see the question of the month on my Facebook page, don't like it. Give me your comment. And again, next week's question will be:
Dung, dung, dung.
have you ever experienced discrimination? And if you haven't, have you ever witnessed somebody else being discriminated against, either in the job site or whatever? We're going to just leave it open. It could be sexual. It could be race-wise. It could be, whatever. But record your answers. Send them to my inbox at Patrick Shannon, or you could email me at gringo515 at AOL.
Gringo.
That's right, baby. Mr. Cruz.
Yes.
Thank you very much for another stellar episode of The Speakeasy.
I think the last video.
The last video was a good one. Mr. Cruz, I just want to thank you very much, sir. You were on top of your game tonight.
Thank you.
No, you were. And how was the week?
You already know.
Mr. Eric, thank you very much. We will be seeing you next week.
Yes, sir.
And again, this is The Speakeasy with Pat Shannon, CEO Cruz, and Picante Times DJ Eric. Have a wonderful, blessed, and be free, my fellow Americans. That's what we all went to war and fought for.
What the hell is he doing?
He's banging his head. Pura mierda! Pura mierda! We'll see you next week, everybody. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
I personally didn't know what I could do. And I wanted to share this song that we all know and love very well. And hopefully it'll have a new meaning for you as well. Yeah, Larry? Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets raging, the bombs bursting in air, came proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing us that star-spangled banner yet wave. For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
We rock worldwide.
Broadcasting to over 100 countries.
In the Mix Radio, in the Mix worldwide.